Okay, there we go. That should do
All
it.
right, you're recording.
I'm recording. This is it. Okay,
I'm recording too.
Another clap. There we go. Guys, welcome back to Joe Podcast. I think this is easily the episode I've been most excited for. I have with me season 1 finalist contestants, not winners, contestants. Let's just get that clear and remind you guys.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Miller and Jordy.
Ouch.
I know Miller's last name, Miller.keys, and Jordy last name, Flash. That's his nickname, right?
Yeah, that's all you need to know.
Where did Flash come from?
Flash actually came from my closest mates. Like, I have a
Not
big
Miller?
group of
Is
mates.
Miller not your closest mate? Are you telling me that you guys forged a friendship for this show?
Yeah, no, we hate each other.
Nah, it's totally all fake. I have a different group of mates because Miller and I went to a different high school to one another. But my mates pretty much just saw me running to the brick pit and they wanted to take the absolute piss out of me. So they started literally making memes, GIFs, like anything and everything you can think of about me just like being the Flash Jordan. And it kind of took off, and then they brought me back for season 2, and it was unexpected to say the least.
I'll get to you coming back for season 2, but let's wind back a little bit to the start. How did you guys get involved in the first place? And I think I should preface, I actually auditioned for season 2. I did it by myself, which probably didn't help my case. I was too generic and I didn't fit the diversity quota, supposedly, and I didn't get in. But I think my problem was my job, casually, is a stylist. That's the title of the job. And there's a lot of, homosexual connotations with that job. And there's, a bit of gay vibes. And so what I should have done is I should have made my sexuality ambiguous. And therefore the producers and stuff like that would have been like, okay, that's good TV, because people are just going to be like, is he? But I think I'm overthinking it. I don't really care, honestly. But like that, Miller?
I have to ask.
Yeah.
How much Lego? Because I can see in the background of your webcam that you've got. I can see the Monkey King and the Hogwarts there as well.
I never buy the themes. I often buy the creator expert stuff. So Lego for me is just like a casual thing to do to like relax and stuff like that. I found that Monkey King mech so cool. I did the Vader thing as soon as where's my finger? As soon as that got revealed, that's fine. I've got all the Overwatch ones. I love this Bastion. Yeah. It's like the coolest set ever, potentially. I built something, actually. I'll show you guys later. That's going to be like the video exclusive fun part of this. But anyway, how did you guys actually get involved with the show?
So, I was scrolling through Instagram and I saw an ad, and it was like, well, obviously, being an Instagram ad, it's something that you don't really click on ever. And aside from that, it was also like, it looked like it was made in like Microsoft Word or Paint or something. Like it was really cheap and dodgy. And I was like, that's not real. But it said like, do you want to build Lego on TV? And I was like, well, yeah, but there's no way that's real. It's a scam of some sort or something. But I was like, and so I actually scrolled past it. And I just kept browsing. But then I was like, what if it's not? And so I scrolled back up and clicked on it and said to Jordy, because I knew he'd say yes. So
it's pretty neat.
And that was pretty much it.
Yeah, interviews. Sorry.
He fully called me while I was like, I was a little bit under the influence because I was up in Byron Bay with a couple mates. Nice. And we were just like having a good time. And then I get this call from Miller and it's like, do you want to go on this Lego TV show with me? And I'm like, I don't know. Okay. And then it turned into this massive thing.
Yeah. And we didn't know like anything about it. Like it was just like, do you want to build Lego on TV? That was it.
Yeah, right. So
vague. Yeah. And kind of a throwback to how you were mentioning applying and hitting the diversity quota. When Miller and I were like doing our application, we went in and there's like a pre-trial kind of a thing that you have to do where you sit down and build Lego. Yeah, it's like a Lego audition. And
I never got that far.
the big oof to then.
Yeah.
Well, I was like really trying to concentrate and build the Lego, but Miller said to me, "It's like, no, man, we gotta have fun and enjoy this." So we were like playing games during the audition and
Yeah, well,
stuff
because
like
I was
that.
being like an idiot. I'm going to interrupt you, and because you left out one part is where I was being an idiot, while we were building, and Jordy said, "Miller, shut up and build," and I was like, "No." Because there's so many great builders around the room, but they're not talking to each other, and that's how we're going to stand out. If we're going to stand out, because there were some absolutely amazing builders in the room, I said if we're going to stand out, then like we're going to stand out by being funny and fun and all that sort of stuff. So that's what we did.
How many people were in that room for that Lego trial, or teams?
Maybe like
6.
Oh, okay. And
dude, there was a lot more than that. There was at
Nah.
least like 15.
No,
15 teams.
Not in the same room as us.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay,
The room was
30
massive.
people.
Yeah.
100 people.
Any other people there that were ended up on the show with you guys?
No.
No.
Oh, that's very interesting. Jordy, you brought up that you appeared on season 2. How did that happen? I guess because you're clearly the fan favorite if you appeared in both seasons.
Well, I had
Sorry,
my little
Miller.
shtick where I would run to the brick pit because on MasterChef when they run to the pantry to get their ingredients, I took the same mentality into Lego Masters of like the only place that you can actually save time is going between your bench and the brick pit. And it really helped that in the first episode, they put me as far away as possible. So I was running laps and they were loving it. So I kind of just kept doing it. And then that became kind of like part of my character on the show. And they loved it so much that they wanted me to be Flash Jordan coming back for season 2.
Nice.
And yeah, I just got a phone call one day and they were like, "Do you want to do it?" And I was like, "Okay, but I'm going to have to ask Miller."
How much?
Yeah.
Did they pay you for the second time?
No comment.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Miller, don't worry. I wasn't just going to have one side on Jordy. Miller has this weird case where it's not often that people meet their partners on a reality competition TV show. They're on opposing teams as well, and they were eliminated first.
Yep.
Damn. Tell us about that. How'd you two meet?
So, yeah, Caitlin and I. I met my girlfriend on Lego Masters. Caitlin was in a team with Marielle, and they went home first. And
Shout out to Marielle, by the way. Like, just putting that out there.
Yeah, she's from Sydney, but Caitlin's from Melbourne, and so. And we let me preface this by saying, when we all met each other,
was it filmed in Melbourne?
It was, yeah. Yep. And so the first day that we met each other, it was like we all went into this like hotel, like conference room, like chairs all facing the front. That was when we found out that Hamish was going to be the judge, and we all like lost our minds. I mean, not judge, the host. And everybody was kind of like, these are our like enemies.
Yeah.
You know, like as we saw people coming into the room, we're like, oh God, like I don't like these people. Oh, I shouldn't like these people, you know. But we talked and we realized that we all just kind of like shared this love for Lego, and we all got along really well. And you'd think like, especially with most reality TV shows, there's so much drama and all that sort of stuff, and we were kind of exempt from that because it was such a wholesome medium, I guess.
And it feels weird to be competitive about Lego as well. Like the whole show's basis is, a reality competition show, but they edit it and show it in a way that makes it look really friendly and wholesome. Carry on.
Definitely. And yeah, so essentially from day 0, all of us got along really well. Like most of us went out for dinner straight after that briefing, and we got it like we got to know each other and all that. And I sort of I thought that Caitlin was pretty attractive and all of that, and we all talked and we were all friends, but then when she left, it was kind of a see ya.
Yeah.
But because she lived in Melbourne, we continued to hang out. And when I say we, I mean like a lot of us, like Jordy and Caitlin and I would hang out. We went to like the Lego store in Chadstone, Legoland Discovery Centre. And we caught up and stuff, and so it was cool. We were all still friends, and that definitely helped it a lot.
Yeah.
And then I'm kind of going just off on a tangent here.
No, keep going. That's fun. I love this. This is what we want.
Yeah, we did go on a couple of dates, but it was very late in the show's filming. Like it was just before. Episode 8 or something.
I'm going to say this. At a certain point, Miller lost his focus.
Oh, okay.
And
is that why you guys didn't win?
Exactly. That's exactly why.
He was very, very deep in it by the time we got around to the finale.
I need a whip sound effect. I'll just put that in right now.
Let me explain here for a second, all right? So it was really cool, and I have to thank a lot of people, a lot of the other contestants for helping me out with it as well. Because
I
didn't think that Caitlin was into me, and I was just like taking it easy. Like I wasn't like pursuing her or anything like that.
I'm making this an editing nightmare. Every time I do that, I'm putting a whip sound effect in. Yeah.
Nice. But I got a message from Cade one night being like, "Hey, dude, she's into you. Like, you need to like go for it." And so, I went for it, and it all went well and great.
Hey,
but that was, we went on a couple of dates, and we sort of had become like, I don't know if we were official yet, or like, we were like, like between each other.
Signing NDAs, checking with each other's managers,
Exactly.
Everyone on set knew.
Yeah, everybody on set knew, because it was like, I was so excited about it. Like, I was ecstatic.
This boy was smitten.
I remember, and so I think what Jordy's getting at is like, I think it was in the final episode when we were like building. No, it wasn't the final episode. It was the second last episode. And I said to Hamish, I was like, dude, I went on I said, guess who I went on a date with last night?
Oh, yeah?
And he was like, who? It was like, you didn't go on a date with Kale, did you? And I was like, no. And so essentially, like, I was really excited about it. I don't think that it got in the way of my building ability, Jordy.
You lost focus, man.
Oh, damn! There's a bit of. It's clear you guys are friends.
You lost focus. I hit the ship. It's all good.
You blew over the ship. It's just
Wow, damn. Still waters run deep with these two guys. You come across as so wholesome and it's edited so nicely, but damn.
Yeah, we really we do not like each other.
Nah, it's all backstabbing and just like. You should see
like
some
we all
of the
got along
things
really well in the show, except for like Jordy and I. We just
yeah.
It was actually really difficult getting us together because Miller was all chatty and chill, but I actually haven't heard from Jordy until like now. So
I just popped in.
Yeah, it's clear that you know a bit of animosity between you two. It's actually funny though that I mentioned that because I've known Miller a little bit for a while. I shop at where he works a lot, but I've met Jordy before, and it's now Jordy. I'm not sure if you know this. I'm a bit of a shit comedian, so I've done stand up a couple times, and I've bombed and I've done well, but I just like fucking with people every now and then. And I think this show had ended. It was the either the start or the end of 2019 or the start of 2020, and we're in line at BD, Beer Deluxe, which is a bar on Burwood Road in Melbourne for any international.
Oh, this is a throwback.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So we're just in line waiting, and I don't know what the weather's like, but we're a little bit impatient. And who do I see strutting along past with a girl? I want to say, it's you, Jordy, and it looked like from the looks of things that you were trying to get into the bar in front of everyone, and I'm just like,
I would not do that. No
okay.
way.
But I'm just giving myself this guy. He's using his status to get into this bar early. Seriously, like. You just you build Lego on TV. Seriously, man. Like we were.
I want to testify for Jordy here. He would not do that.
I know you wouldn't, but there's a second part to the story.
Oh, okay, all right.
A few weeks later, whenever it was, there was at this festival down the street. You guys were both there, just talking about Lego and stuff like that, and so was Caitlin actually, and.
The Glenferrie Festival.
Yeah, the Glenferrie Festival. And it was, all chill and wholesome. And then I saw Jordy and I'm like, this is my opportunity to strike. And so I walk up to you and I'm like, you cut the line at BD. What's up, man? What's going on? And you just froze. If you had a webcam on, it'd be perfect because you just froze. You were like, when was this? And it was like...
I do remember this now. Like, I really do remember this. But I don't remember cutting a line or ever doing anything.
I don't think you ended up cutting a line. I think you walked past or something like that. But it was just like, from my side, I was just, I was stirring the shit a little bit with my friends. But then,
Nah, it's a good prank. I like it.
Yeah. Pretty wholesome as well because people don't think to prank people that they've seen on TV and stuff like that. So I'm really proud of that one.
I hereby give anyone permission to prank me at any time, assuming I'm not like dressed up in a suit and going somewhere to do something important.
That is thin ice. You're like, I don't have a very big audience, but I'm going to make sure everyone... Pranks. Oh yeah? You love a bit of fun, bit of vibes? But
yeah, I'm always ready.
Same as me. If you guys just want to mess with me on the street somehow, just like really subtle things, just go ahead. I'm all for it.
It's got to be like a good prank. You can't just like come up and dack me or something like that. It's got to be a solid prank.
Yeah. But mine was like a two-parter, which I did not think was ever going to be possible. But I was just in a moment like, here we go, time to strike. Like, let's go.
Nice.
Yep. What was your favorite build on the show?
Miller, are we saying bridge or are we?
It was the bridge.
Yeah, it's the bridge.
Yeah.
It was that was amazing.
Remind everyone about that was like.
So, do you mind if I explain it, Jordy?
Go ahead.
Go for it, Mills.
Essentially, we had to build a bridge that was across like 1 meter, I think, and it had like two, like, sort of cliffs on each side, and you had to build a bridge that went across it, but you can't have any supports underneath because it was like in the water and stuff. And essentially, whoever's bridge held the most weight at the end would be the winner of the round. And I mean, it was one of those challenges where it was pretty normal throughout the majority of the actual building process. Like, you're just under pressure and you're building and you're just doing it. And you really do get into like get on a roll when it comes to that sort of thing, especially when we're doing it like almost every day. But I remember being a bit cocky about it with Hamish, because I was like, oh yeah, I studied engineering for
Here we go.
not even a whole year at uni. I dropped out of engineering. And we did an assignment on bridges, right? And I was like, I reckon I know what I have to do.
And there were like two tradies there.
There were two literal engineers.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I reckon I know what to do. And I remember my grandpa used to be like squares aren't that strong, but triangles are super strong. And so I was like, okay, I was like, yep. So, and also triangles are great.
Yeah, visually nice.
And anyway, we just did the rest of the challenge, and essentially it was just a normal challenge. But then when we got to the bit where we were actually doing
normal challenge. This is a Lego building show. There's nothing normal about it. Sorry,
that's true. That's true. But like compared to the other challenges, it wasn't like outstanding when we were building it. But it was when we got to the bit where we were putting the weights on it that it really like ramped up the energy and all that sort of stuff. And everybody was feeding off each other, and it felt really good because because we were the highest at our time. Like when it came around to us, we were the highest, and we're like, we're gonna win this.
Yeah,
like
nice.
I can't believe it. But then obviously David and G, the engineers, were after us as well. Go on, Jordy. What were you saying?
Oh, I don't worry about it. It's just like
this
it
is a podcast.
I'd
like you guys to talk. Hopefully,
it was just like such a crazy vibe because, as Miller was saying, like there was this energy in the room, and because they threw this pissy little truck at us that was like it was like a Tonka truck. It just drove across the bridge, and they were like, "You're not going to be able to beat the truck, guys."
Mhm.
Even Kale's bridge beat the truck. Like
Yeah.
the thing was abysmal. The weights ended up breaking it. You could smell the electrical smoke, and it was just like we bet what the show was expecting. They had to go out and buy kettlebells, and like then they placed them on top, and it was just like such a fun moment. And
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That was the thing about it, was that we expected they expected us, and we expected us to get like 20 Ks on.
Yeah, right. How much did you get in
like 88 kilos.
What the hell? That's how much I weigh.
Yeah,
so you guys are saying I'm 6'3". I'm like, I know, I'm a bit chunky as well. So like that's
And Hamish came around, he's like, you should sit on it and test it. And I'm like, and I was like, I reckon I could. And Jordy was like, don't.
Yeah, nice.
But I could have. It was crazy.
Classic.
In retrospect, I should have let him do it because
that's
it
great TV.
Great TV.
Yeah,
exactly.
You guys talk about.
Yeah, and so sorry, you go.
No, well, you finish.
All right, so we ended up drawing with David and G in the weight aspect of it. So when it came to like
engineers, effectively, we drawed with them.
We drawed with the engineers, which was like like I said, I was being cocky and all that sort of stuff, but we actually like managed to do it, which was awesome. But they won because of aesthetics.
Shout out to David and G. You guys are interesting. Yeah. I like how it's a reality competition show. G didn't talk. Now, was English his second language?
Yes.
Okay.
As far as I know, it could have been his third. Like, G knows a lot of things.
It was a very soft, quiet-spoken guy, and it goes, these people, it's interesting how these guys were used. Anyway.
No, I don't think it's his second language. I think it's his first language.
Uh-oh.
No.
Okay.
But he's got an accent because he's from South Africa.
I thought he was Dutch.
No, he's from
South Africa.
Oh yeah,
South Africa. Like,
kind of Dutch.
But I will say that it was weird, but it made good TV, did it not?
Yeah, it was great TV. I actually loved it.
Exactly.
I never watched the second season. I don't know why I didn't see we're accidentally promoting season 3 because this will come out on Friday and then the first episode of season 3 is Monday. So whoopsies, good job. Jordy, you going to make an appearance? No comment.
You'll just have to watch and find out, won't you?
Now you've both mentioned Kale in jokes. Now I'm going to tread this very carefully. Now Kale is edited in the show to look like one of the sort of enemies and one of the bad guys. Is this the case? Because he makes for great TV.
He does. Jordy, go on.
Look, Kale's a great guy, but sometimes he doesn't put himself in the best situations, and that kind of just leads to some moments where producers and editors could show him in a certain light, but then again, he's also actually presenting himself in that light at the same time. So to a certain extent, he's a bad guy, but at the end of the day, they did kind of like put it on a little bit.
Yeah. That's interesting. Like, what percentage of his actual personality do you reckon was shown on TV?
I'm gonna interrupt.
Oh, okay.
I think
I'm not listening.
I really like. I think Kale is a nice person.
Because
I
you
think
said
he's
you all got along with each other and you're all chilling fine. And
we did.
that was an eye roll. That was an eye roll.
yeah.
Who do you have beef with?
No, there's no like. I mean, we don't have beef with him. He's a good person, but he like Jordy said, everything that they showed on TV, he said, and they didn't edit it to be like, you know, they didn't what's it called? Frankenbite him.
Frankenbite. Yep. You
to
guys know
say,
the
like,
term. Nice.
Yeah. They didn't Frankenbite him to say anything crazy. Like, he said that stuff, and he said it on and off camera. And he was frustrating it sometimes for us as well, because we were like, dude, like, what are you doing? Like, why are you being such an asshole to your teammate and like all that sort of stuff? He was like that. Absolutely like that. And I don't think the producers made him look any different to what he showed himself to be on the show. The thing is that I think he went on there with something to prove. I think, like I said earlier, I think Kale's a really good person on the inside. And you'll see, if you meet him in real life, he's a really genuinely nice person.
I don't doubt that.
But
And to anyone who's unsure about like TV and stuff like that, we have to preface, people get edited all the time. We've talked about this a lot. You'll have people's reactions from different, things earlier sliced in. There's people who will make transcripts and a script for the episode, which then gets put together. It's all, and Frankenbiting is where you get one half of a sentence and then combine it with another. Do you guys have any bad Frankenbites that you remember of yourselves, or?
No.
Apart from the fact they made it seem like I say "holy crud nuggets" every 5 seconds, nah.
Is that your catchphrase?
I didn't mean for it to be. It was legit just something I said because I didn't want to swear on national television. But
did your mum tell you not to?
No,
honey, don't swear.
It's a family show. Come on, we're playing with kids' toys at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But no, they would never Frankenbite us. We had a great producer, and like she worked really closely with us to make sure we weren't saying anything we didn't want to or anything like that. But they do like getting the best things they can out of you, and that's definitely something they would do.
So each team had their own producer?
Yeah, so they were like, yeah, sort of. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Pretty groovy.
It was kind of like somebody that would help us like express ourselves in a way. Yeah, it was like the person, because you know how you always like, I mean, I'm not looking at the camera right now. I mean, I am right now, but usually I'm looking at the screen and below. But when you're talking in like the interviews and
if you're looking directly at the camera, it looks weird.
It looks weird. And so you're always looking beside the camera, and you're always answering questions. You're not saying stuff like, I mean, often you are saying stuff just off your own accord as well, but like often you'll have prompts. People say like, what do you think about this? And you go, oh, blah, 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 blah. And there'll be a person that asks that question. And so we had a person, like each team had a person that asked those questions that we all got along really well with. They were all really nice.
So this refers back to the editing and stuff like that. You guys would have long, 10 hours, 15, whatever. The final challenge, 24-hour challenges.
28.
28. Oh, my bad. Obviously, they didn't build for 28 hours straight. Camera batteries don't go for 28 hours. Even iPhones don't go for 28 hours.
Cameramen don't go for 28
Cameramen
hours.
don't go for 28 hours, dude. They'd have to do triple pay after what, hour 10 or something like that?
Oh, it would be ridiculous.
How does it actually work?
Go on, Jordy.
You can both answer questions. It's not one at a time. You can sort of...
Go on, Mill.
We're used to that. That's what we used to just do.
Go on, Mill.
Yeah, so they... Essentially what they did was they had like these long... It was like 30 meters or something so we could go to the brick pit and back. They had like these chains, and they chained us to the desk, and they came in and they fed us in intervals.
You would change? Oh, you
Just-
so had me. That was good.
Your face just then was hilarious.
That was really
yeah, you
good.
were like,
Right.
that's so illegal.
That is
we
incredible. Fantastic. Good job. You got me back. You got me. You planned that.
we did get like breaks and stuff. So for example, the 28-hour build was it was filmed over like 3 days or something like that. It was don't get me wrong, the hours were long. They were long days. And they were nearly 7 days a week. Like it was pretty full on. But I mean, obviously it was so much fun, so didn't have a problem with it. But we would essentially do this thing where we would be building, and then they'd go, all right, we're gonna like finish it up soon, and then they'd be like, all right, 3, 2, 1, bricks down, and like we'd all put our hands in the air like we were under arrest, and then we'd walk out, and then we'd come back the next day, and they'd be like, all right, 3, 2, 1, start building, because like while it was built over 3 days, it still only was 28 hours that we had. Like we didn't get any extra time to build stuff.
Yeah, no doubt. Like, I've got a light on here. I get a bit sweaty under lights. Now, you guys have to wear the same clothes 3 days in a row, or
Yeah.
you get a bit sweaty and stinky?
No, I think they
Sometimes.
washed it. They washed it every day.
Yeah, right. Oh, so you would walk in your own stuff. They would give you.
Yeah, I mean, like most of the time they were our own clothes, but we'd give them
You had a
like a bunch of
stylist?
our clothes, and then
Yeah.
we'd come in with our own change.
What was the worst day, do you think, in all of it?
Oh, far out. This one's easy, isn't it, Miller?
Absolutely,
Like,
so easy.
It's not even a question. Like, it's one day, and which day was it, Mills?
Promo day.
Promo day.
Yeah. So,
Oh.
what was promo day for you guys like? Was it like a press junket where you sat there and people would ask you stuff, or?
No. It was like the day where you shoot the ads, where you
Yeah.
take the photos, where you
Photo
do...
day was fine, I think. Photo day was
Photo-
fine.
Photo day was all right, but the ad day was just a muck around.
Like the filming, and it was like so hot.
Yeah.
It
And
was-
and we had to wear like special wardrobe for this day, and like I was wearing a literal rain jacket in like inside a tin shed, effectively out under like what was it, like a 35-degree day or
Yeah,
something?
Far out. You
It
feel
was-
more sympathy for Chris Evans and Chris Hemsworth in those outfits, hey, all day.
Yeah, definitely. And they had it was a different crew as well for the promo day. So they weren't like, so we had like a crew that we got to know and built like a rapport with over the course of filming.
Common discourse between
then-
you two.
Pardon?
No, I'm just making language jokes and stuff
Oh,
like
yeah.
that. I did it in high school, and so it's good to use rapport. I like it. Good job.
But then on the promo day, they had like a completely different crew that was obviously specialized in filming ads or something like that. And they really mucked us around, and they weren't very nice. I'll say that. That's all I'm going to say about them. They weren't very nice.
It's interesting with crews because it's an operation, it's a business, and you guys probably got there like, what are all there's like 20 people standing around. What are they doing? And then someone yells reset, and then they get to work, and then they're doing all this stuff. Bit of that, or
By that time, like it was very late in the season, so we were very used to all of the like the filming stuff and the set stuff, and we were very used to being on a TV set.
The
But-
hurry up and wait.
It was the hurry up and wait. Yeah, exactly.
hurry up and wait. Explain that.
It's just whenever you're like told you need to do something, it's like, okay, hurry! You got 5 minutes to get ready. You got a minute to get ready. You got to be ready right now.
Yeah, just
And
being thrown
then-
around a bunch.
And then 15 minutes passes, and then they're
Yeah.
like, yeah, be ready. And it's like, okay, we're ready.
So we'd usually say what did they say? They'd be like, is it? We would say, all right, is that a soft 5 minute or a hard 5 minutes?
Stop. Yeah, soft 5 or hard 5.
Nice.
It's still like pretty common that they use that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Yeah.
But yeah, this specific crew, like they'd get us to, they split us up into two groups, like two halves of contestants, and they'd get like one doing something while the others, we'd be in this the set for like, I don't know, like 4 hours or something, just sitting around or standing around watching them retake the same thing over and over and over again because they weren't happy with it. We weren't even being filmed, but we weren't allowed to go anywhere. We just had to stand there for like 4 hours while the other people were like having naps and watching Die Hard and then we swapped over but the problem was they were so rude about it. They were really rude.
It's very upsetting. Thing is, you sound a little bit salty about it all now, a little bit salty, but you wouldn't have traded it for anything.
No.
Exactly.
Never.
Yeah.
Never. At the end of the day, it's a great experience, and like, if you have to stand around for one day doing like a bit of jackal to have this awesome experience to go on a TV show like that, 100% worth it. I'll do it 100 times over again.
And meet Hamish Blake as well. You guys talk about him like he's your best friend.
I wish.
Miller loves him.
Yeah.
When they first,
he's a
like,
dream
told
pod
him,
guest, by the way. I'd love to have him on. I'm nowhere near his, whatever the word is, to have him on, but it'd be awesome.
At best, you'll appear on his, I reckon.
Yeah.
He's insane.
He's on another level.
Yeah.
So was a lot of his jokes and gags scripted, or was he
He's
just
the man is just
good.
funny.
He's that good. He's
Yeah.
so good. I've got a man crush on him. I developed it over the season.
You don't just have his number on your phone, just like ready to buzz up?
That would be a flex.
Once again, I wish.
Yeah, you have his assistant, don't you?
Not even.
Not even. The assistant.
Yeah, if anything, we have like the people who made Lego Masters.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Brickman as well.
Yeah.
I've never heard of him before the show. So is he doing the Jurassic Park thing?
Yeah, that was fun. I built that. I was part of the crew.
You were part of that? Oh, tell me about that. That was really cool.
I work for Brickman, and Miller did work for Brickman for a little while, but decided not to anymore. And yeah, it was like after the show, he just asked us to come on. Because he was like, you guys are good Lego builders, and I need good Lego builders on my team. And since then, like, I've been working there for a couple years now, and I build Lego. So part of that was we built the Jurassic World exhibit, and that's out at the moment. It's at the convention center in Melbourne, and it's absolutely sick. Like, I highly recommend checking it out. It's like, we got life-size T-Rex. We got like half a Jeep. We've got like
another plug.
Nice,
lots
good
of
job.
Yeah, you always plug.
I love how sneaky people can be about it as well. How it's just like plug. Like,
I mean, you did ask specifically about it. To be fair,
yeah, I did.
Yeah, it's just like a really cool thing, and I'm really glad that I got to be on the team to actually do it, because it's a really cool thing to say that you built out a Lego, like a life-size T-Rex.
So, do you have much creative input, or are you just told what to do and then told to build?
Most of the time, it's just like you build what you're told. You're a model builder, but a lot of the time, like when we have those more creative builds, it's like, okay, guys, I need you to go in and just do this, and it's like, okay, I need this done, just do it.
I don't know if you guys can see it in my background, but over here, that's the Lamborghini Chiron with a piece of paper and
You
things
mean
like
the Bugatti?
The Bugatti Chiron.
Bugatti Chiron. Oh, whoopsies! I'm in trouble with the car heads now. Jordy, you like cars, don't you?
I love cars.
Oh, damn it!
Like, I drive a Holden Commodore wagon, and she's my baby.
Oh,
but
no.
like, one day I'll have a 4-car garage and all the trappings. Like,
Yeah, but Jordy, you got a 12-car garage, but you've only got 6 cars. Like,
one day.
Do you guys get that
Yeah.
reference or not really?
Yeah, for sure.
Miller, do you seriously not get it?
Do you not listen to music?
Do you know who
What's
Post
it from?
Malone is?
Oh yeah, but I don't really listen to him that much, so.
It's a pop
you-
star. Yeah.
I know who Post Malone is. I just
No, that's
don't
the
listen
song,
to
Pop
him.
Star. You thought I said he's a pop star. The song is called Pop Star.
Oh, right. I thought you said he's a pop star, and I'm like, thank
Got a
you.
12 car garage,
Yeah, six
got like 6
cars.
cars.
Yeah.
I probably haven't even heard that song before.
I reckon.
but
I reckon you have.
I would have the 12-car garage and only 6 cars, so I can like use the rest of the space for like an indoor skate park and like a Lego build space in my garage. Like as if you don't want to be building Lego and then just look over your 4 cars and be like, yeah.
Just get one of those warehouses in Keysborough and just that's it, man. Like
goals. Literally like
it's
find me one, I'll move in. Like,
it's nice that you got your priorities sorted. Anyway, what I was going to say about the Bugatti Chiron, not the Lamborghini, Bugatti. There is a Lamborghini one. I've got it somewhere else.
Yep.
They make a Bugatti, a functional one with using the motors to power it as well, and it drove.
Yeah.
How the
only
hell?
thing that wasn't Lego was the wheels.
Gotcha. Well, that makes
The
sense.
whole thing was Lego.
Do you guys have
Technic
any
Motors,
idea how they
built
did
like
that?
I've watched the video. They made like a little 5-minute documentary on it, and it's very interesting what they did. They pretty much just stacked Lego motors, and they just stacked Lego motors and stacked Lego motors, and it's all Lego batteries, the whole thing, and it just like it doesn't go very fast. I think they maybe got it up to like 20 k's an hour or something along
So
those
impressive,
lines.
though.
Yeah,
But
that is like, whoa, 20 k's
It's
an
a
hour.
lot.
Wow.
Yeah,
Nice
it's the
car.
most impressive 20 k's an hour ever.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
But I remember, I think I've seen what you've that little documentary thing as well. Like, it's a very curvy car. There's no straight lines really on it, and so it's just really interesting how they put it together. So yeah, watch that, audience, if you haven't seen it. Do you guys have any favorite? Like I said earlier, that I don't really collect the Lego themes. Do you guys get the theme stuff, or do you just go for big stuff? Do you kind of just do random things? What's your Lego thing now? I know, Jordy, you work for Brickman, so you're pretty involved. But do you do casual Lego anymore, Jordy?
Look, when you do Lego every day for work, it does start to become a bit tedious, and it's harder to like.
Do you have fingers anymore, or is it just like mush?
Just calluses.
Yeah.
Yeah, just building Lego. It's like your thumbs get big calluses on them. Like in the shower, I can see holes from Lego bricks on my thumb because it's just trodden.
Jesus.
Nah, I do build a lot of Lego still at home when I can. Like I got to balance it around everything else. But like the other day, I built some Pac-Man just because I wanted to. Like the little ghosts from it. And then I got really annoyed at myself that I didn't build it right, so had to like rebuild it 3 times. But these things happen. It's Lego.
It's part of the fun.
Miller builds a lot.
I do notice that.
Yeah.
I follow Miller and see his stories. What do you build at the moment, dude?
Well, I just finished building a Rakshi, which is from the old.
I know
series
what that's
Bionicle.
from. Bionicle is the best thing ever. I have that as a note here. Can we go on a Bionicle side tangent? Because
Absolutely.
I'm a total Bionicle stan.
Yeah, it's so cool. So cool. I mean, and I'm sure it's like 90% nostalgia,
Yeah.
but it's so cool.
Do you remember when they brought it back?
Pardon? Yeah, no. And
I
it was
lost
terrible.
my mind.
Miller is going to be the reason they bring it back. I'm telling you. Like
They're never
Brick-
going to bring it back.
It's a
Brick
made
built
Bionicles.
Bionicles. It's going to be the thing.
That's the thing. I find it tricky because they have a lot of mechs now in sets, but it's like, dude, just the Bionicles. And then they had Hero Factory for a little bit, and that was just
We don't talk about.
we don't
Hero
talk
Factory.
about Hero.
And they had the buildable figures in terms of licensed as well. So they had the Star Wars action figures and Marvel action figures, which were using the same system, and they did not do well.
And those Ben 10 ones.
Yeah,
That's a throwback. I've got the Star Wars ones. I actually think they're really cool because you'll get General Grievous and
There's a couple that are really.
the tall black lanky one. What's his name? Alan Tudyk's character from Rogue One.
Oh, K2SO.
K2SO. That looks really cool because he's just like.
There's some good parts in that.
Yeah. Are you guys part collectors? Because when you look at the like videos when they show off sets, they're like, we've got these new elements that collectors are going to love. I've never heard of someone who collects parts.
Well, I mean, I think to an extent you do. To an extent I do, but I don't like. I think there are definitely people that collect them as in like, they get a part not for the sake of building it, but for the sake of like learning about it and stuff. Like, there's a really cool Instagram account called New Elementary.
Hell yeah.
And they essentially, every new set that comes out that has new parts in it, they do a review of the set, they do a review of the parts, the different connections that you can use with those parts, and then like they give like some example builds and all that sort of stuff. And it's super like insightful as a builder to like read those articles and be like, whoa, I need that part. So in a way, you do kind of end up collecting parts because it's like, yeah, I want that part big time.
That's actually super cool. It's funny that we're sitting here because you saw the Monkey King thing in the background earlier. I've just got this on my desk. That is just fantastic. This is a minifig that will appreciate nicely.
Oh yeah.
Do either of you have the Aang minifigure when they had those 2 or 3 Last Airbender sets?
I didn't even know about it until like a couple of months ago.
Are you kidding me? You're on that show how many years ago?
They're such bad sets.
Oh, they're bricky and terrible, but just the Aang minifigure is as good as it can be, really, from the time it was.
Yeah.
The one figure that I will still always chase, even though I bought decals for it, is the original Captain Rex Phase 2 armor clone trooper. Like, one day I will get that for the collection.
Are you a big Star Wars fan?
Yes.
Which goes on to your question about what's our favorite themes. I think both of us at Star Wars.
Both of us at Star Wars. Like, it's the only thing that I consistently try to get. I've got a couple cars as well, but Star Wars is like Miller and I's shared passion, and we both love like all the Lego, all the anything and everything Star Wars. So we definitely follow that theme a lot.
We definitely originally connected over Star Wars before we connected over Lego.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, for sure.
And who would have thought that, for anyone who doesn't really know about Lego's history, during the 90s, they weren't really doing too well as a company. So they basically shat out a bunch of themes as much as possible and started licensing. And Star Wars was one of the ones that just caught on and was massive. And so was Bionicle. Yes.
Yeah.
Bionicle.
Here's a little fun segment, actually. It just relates to Bionicle. This is going to get into the nerdy Bionicle community stuff, but I think you guys will sort of know what I'm talking about. There's a thing that people do called a self-mock. So a mock means my own creation, and a self-mock is basically like if you could represent yourself or, I guess, something you like in terms of, you know, a figure in Bionicle, that's what it really is. Now, I've got my own self-mock here. I dug it up. It's missing a piece, but I kind of improvised. And I'm going to show you guys my self-mock. Now, Lego won't, if Lego sees this, they're not going to love a component of this. And I think you'll figure out why pretty quickly.
Before you show us.
Yeah.
Are we going to be like, there's 2 reactions that we're going to have.
Okay.
It's going to be like, that's friggin' so cool.
Yeah.
Or, wow, that's really cool.
I want you guys to be very critical and very honest. I think I made this. Right. I don't know. I was just like making custom Bionicles because I was a fan of this.
Oh no.
No, you're not happy?
No. How long ago did you build it?
How long ago? A year and not during quarantine. Before quarantine. I can't remember. I think 2019 at some point. I just had a bunch of things around. That also, okay, I'll just show you. This is it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
that's cool.
He's got a sniper rifle on the back.
Nice.
A sort of SMG there, and on on the side. He's actually got like a tiny little pistol sort of thing. And the main goal with this one was, piece came off. Whoopsies. Let's just quickly fix that. The main goal with this one was they have like joint pieces that they mainly use, and it's like you've got a ball on one side and a socket on the other. And so the plan with this one was to just not use any of those and sort of do the armor all custom. And it's sort of, that's why.
Can you like bring it up? Yeah.
So you'll see that with the arm, it's just one of those pieces like that, and the shoulder on the inside is something like that.
Yeah, well, those specific joints, I think it's called like CCBS.
CCBS, yeah.
Yeah. That's from the new Bionicle.
Yeah, it's a lot of new Bionicle pieces and stuff like that. So sorry to you guys. I think the Lego test for Bionicles was, can it stand on one foot?
Okay.
It can.
Okay.
Nice.
Gotcha. But anyway, I don't have a name for it. Do you reckon we should name this guy?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna say I really like the mask. That's one of my favorite masks.
It's such a
do you
good
know what
mask.
mask it is?
It was from a little one from memory, a little white one.
No.
Oh my goodness, I'm killing them.
It's from the movie. Do you remember? Did you watch the movie?
Mask of Time or something like that?
Mask of Light.
Mask of Light. It was one of those broad.
Well,
Yeah.
That's a silver one though, isn't it?
Yeah. So the Mask of Light, the original Mask of Light was gold, but that's a
silver one. Oh, it was that yellow one. They didn't really have gold pieces back then, but they had that yellow one with the weird shield.
No, they did have a gold. They had a gold Mask of Light.
Yeah, it was the gold Mask of Light. It was
dang.
sick.
Oh damn!
I don't have the gold one. I've got a silver one.
Yeah,
I think
I'm
it's
pretty
really
sure there's like a French one or something that you can get that's like clear and has glitter in it. It's hectic.
Yeah, nice. It's actually interesting that you mentioned the mask. This is old logo and most of this is new, but like its plastic quality is just nowhere near as good as the new stuff.
Yeah, it's a very big difference in the like, especially the old Bionicles with the new stuff. There's huge difference, and you can really like feel it.
Do you have any of your works on you, Miller? Or
Yeah,
are they in the other side? Do you just want to
Dude,
show?
I live in a room. I live in a
Okay.
shoebox. I live by myself in a shoebox.
Okay.
I helped Miller move, and in my wagon, we managed to do it in what 2-3 trips.
Yeah.
He lives
And
in
I
a
don't know.
shoebox.
I don't know how we fit it all into this little apartment, because I moved into this apartment just before the second lockdown, and I can't explain how small this place is. But let me grab my Rakshi.
At least you've moved out. I'm still with my parents. It's
At least you can be.
Why are you? What's your living situation, dude? You don't have to specifically describe it, but
Nah, my parents split up just after I finished high school. So my mum lives in the country now, and I don't know where my dad lives. So I live in the city on my own with a big share house, and I love it. But
groovy.
I do miss living with the folks. It was a nice life.
I didn't mean to make you reminisce and have a little cry. Sorry.
It's okay, man. Nah, I'm chill.
Nice. All right, Miller, what have you got?
Big Rakshi time.
Yeah, so I'm getting my Rakshi. I've got my Rakshi, I mean.
Let's just explain the Rakshi for those who can't remember or don't know what the fuck we're talking about. I'll drop an F-bomb, sure.
We've just lost like 90% of your audience. We've got at this point in your podcast, you've got one dude that's listening.
And it's you.
And it's me.
Yeah. Miller's actually a fan. I love it.
Yeah, I've been listening. I've listened to a couple of your older episodes. I mean, obviously not older
There's
episodes.
4.
You've only got a few, but I've listened to nearly all of them.
Nice. All right.
Yeah, so go on. You explain.
Oh, Rakshi. So Rakshi are these very bug-like enemies. They've got these long necks that sort of curve forward, and they were from the first or third set. No, the third one, the first, yeah. So the third one they were all like insect themed and kind of buggy themed, but the Rakshi were sort of like these villains, and they had these like long necks, and they were Yep. Continue. Yeah.
Well, if you actually want to go into the lore of Matanui, I'm going to thank the work boys for this because they taught me everything I know.
Nice.
But the Rakshi were actually the protectors of the island. That the Toa ended up wiping out. And it's actually a really sad story if you look at it from that perspective, because they were legit just like trying to look after the place, and they were effectively the island's antibodies.
Yeah, right.
And it was like trying to get rid of these people. No, Miller, this is legit. Trust me.
Yeah.
Look it up.
I've done a lot of research on Bionicle lore.
I used to know a lot. I feel so embarrassed I can't remember anything.
I no joke. When I was a kid, like I loved the Bionicle movie, like the first one, The Mask of Light, so much I knew it word for word.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
would watch
doesn't
it
even surprise me.
over and over again. But go on, Jordy. Go on.
Yeah, so they were technically the protectors of of Matanui, and then the Toas saw them as like bad guys and just like wiped them out. But in the film, they are portrayed as the bad guys, which is just like
the whole time you've been talking. Do you know that fan theory about Karate Kid that Billy Zabka's character was actually the good guy all along? And that's kind of what Cobra Kai is based on. Do you reckon when they return to Bionicles, they're going to have the Toa as the bad guys and have the Rakshi as...
It's like the one Rakshi that survived.
I think you might have butchered a little bit, Jordy.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not going to claim to be an expert, but I don't think the Toa weren't the bad guys at all. And I don't think they wiped out the Rakshi. I know the Makuta were originally good guys, which were like, the super evil dude in all of the movies was a Makuta. And I always thought it was just the Makuta, but apparently there's more. Apparently they were originally like good guys, but they like turned evil over time or something like that. And the Rakshi in the movies are evil. I'm just gonna preface that. They're not just shown as evil, they are evil.
No, because they're just trying to protect the island, and their whole thing is just seek and destroy.
I think you need to do some reading.
Time to pull out the Bionicle history book.
We're gonna do a redux of this podcast in 6 months, and you guys are just gonna be like, okay, you were right, this and that.
I'm totally happy to admit that I'm wrong, but I think that's what it is.
If anyone in the YouTube comment section wants to clarify anything, or if you guys on the comment section want to clarify anything, feel free to do it. I'll send you the link when it's up.
Yeah, you guys can feel free to rip us to shreds. I'm happy to be wrong.
Anyway, Miller, we've been upping your Rakshi for quite a while now. Let's actually show it.
Yeah. Rakshi time.
Do you know what? Put it away. Put it away.
This is my Rakshi.
All right. Oh, that's cool as. I
think he looks a lot like I was kind of going for my own sort of thing with him. They all have this curved. I always thought it was more like a snake-like sort of.
They're very reptilian, buggish sort of stuff. Yeah.
And they all have these spears. Hang on, I've just broken them as you do.
So another thing that's nice to point out, you've got a mixture of old pieces and new pieces. You've attempted to do fingers. That whole headpiece is entirely custom. Yeah,
so they originally had a head that was made up of two pieces, the joint piece, which also made up for the eyes, and then they had a cover mask looking piece. But yeah, this one I've built, and you can actually open it up because
like Predator, nice.
Like Predator, but in the movie they open up as well, and so I've got some extra little tentacle pieces that I can click on. And then
play features.
All about the play features.
Yeah, no.
Exactly.
Do you guys have a favorite Lego play feature?
Oh, that's a hard one.
Oh, yeah. Do you have on the top?
That's my favorite Lego play feature that Lego should put into their things because Miller's build is bloody insane.
I think actually. Recently, it's on top of the cabinet here. There's a few other things like the Statue of Liberty, but the Aston Martin from James Bond, how you can pull the like number plate back and then
Oh,
launch
I
it
forgot-
forward and the seat ejects. That was really cool.
Yeah, I've got that one sitting in the cupboard ready to build. I
You
forgot
haven't
it was
done it?
there.
You're gonna do that after the pod, maybe after work actually tomorrow morning.
I had to build 6 of them for work.
Wow.
So wasn't very inspired to build my one yet.
Fair point. Why don't you just snag one from work once it's done?
And I wish it worked like that.
Yeah, nice. What are you guys up to now? So you guys keep building, creating. Do you have any other plans?
Well, I'm studying film and TV at Deakin, because after the show, I just decided that this world is a world that I want to be in for the rest of my life. I love how the whole industry works. I love everything about it. And whether it's in front of a screen or working behind one, I don't care. I just want to be amongst it because I love the process.
I do media comms at Swinburne. You took the words from my mouth, like the exact same sort of thing. Like, it's sick.
It's just an awesome thing. And like, I'm glad that Miller really opened my eyes up to it because when I was a kid, I remember watching like Kids WB, which was like a show that was on between kids shows on Channel 9 in the morning. And I remember wanting to be a host for that. And then from there, I was like, I've kind of fell into this position with Lego Masters. And it's just got to keep the TV world going because it's just so much fun.
That's awesome. Miller, what are you up to?
I'm studying industrial design at uni. Hopefully, this is why Jordy's been plugging me and my building all night, is because I want to be a Lego designer one day. Like, that's my goal.
Lego,
That's my
hire him.
career.
He's really good. Please.
yeah.
Thank you very much.
And so I'm studying industrial design at uni to hopefully, do that.
Yeah, you never see Australians designing logo. It's all English people and the Danish.
There actually is one, as far as I know, there's one Australian designer.
What's his name? I know where he lives, his place. Is this, is that?
No, it's a female, and I don't remember her name, but I was doing some research on it.
Didn't they have one of the senior designers come by for the final episode that you guys were on?
Yeah, Fenella.
Fenella, you got buddy with her, Miller. You're just like, hey, can you give me a job?
Yeah, no, I didn't get to because Cade was too busy doing the same thing, and Cade was
another
like, yeah, I want to be Lego designer.
slide,
I'm like,
just putting that one in.
I was like,
I see how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, that's the goal. And it's funny that the way that you guys are talking about media, it's funny because I have actually the same opinion about it, and I absolutely love doing media stuff and like filming and TV and podcasts and radio. I really like radio as well.
Oh, yeah?
I think, but the thing is that with Lego, it kind of trumps it.
I've got a business pitch for you guys then. And this is just a bit of fun banter, but there's a bit of thing behind it. There's a big push at the moment with online content creation that audiences are willing to look at certain things and specifically go to their creators. And so what if you guys had, like, on your own website behind, I don't know, a $5 paywall, and you guys just have like Lego building tips and tricks, masterclasses and stuff like that? Now, there's obviously some legality things there about whether you can do that with Lego and stuff like that and whatnot, but would you guys do something like that, or?
It's already kind of a thing.
Yeah, and for me personally, I feel like Lego's something that should be shared openly. Like, I wouldn't want to put that behind a paywall because if I find a technique, I don't want to keep that to myself or like make someone else have to pay to learn it, because I just think there's so many cool things that you can do with Lego. You should just share it all.
That's very wholesome. Damn.
Yeah.
Shut me down.
But there are people that sort of already do that. Like, people sell their own like handbooks and like for building techniques, and people sell their own instructions.
Oh yeah,
all sorts.
I've seen a bit of that, and they charge like $70 for the instructions, but you're like, where's the pieces? And they're like, What?
Absolutely.
Instructions takes a lot of work
It
because
does.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah, I've
unbelievable.
made one instruction booklet and it was
What was it for?
a lot of work. It was for a mech.
Oh, nice. Exoforce, did you ever get any of those?
Dude, I had so many of them.
Oh yeah, so old though.
Love.
Those
Absolutely.
robot pieces and builds were just the bomb.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, I loved the robots. I had a guy come in the other day and he was like, to work, and he was like, "Do you have any Exoforce?" And I'm like,
Bruh.
"No, dude, no, we don't."
They've
And
had
he's like,
Exoforce for 15
"You know
years.
any like anybody?" I'm like, I was like, and I thought about it for a second. I'm like, it's been like 15 years since it retired. Like, there's no way, absolutely zero chance that you will find it anywhere. And he's like, "Oh, is there like any stores that sell like old Lego?" And I'm like, "Dude, I'm telling you, there is no chance. Like, you have to look online for it." And
Because
it's gonna
the
be
AFOLs,
crazy.
adult fans of Lego, will hunt it down and buy all of it.
Exactly. It'll be a crazy price if you manage to find it online, but there's no way you'll find it in a shop.
Do sets appreciate much?
Yeah.
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 some
Goal,
sets do. The Corner Cafe, which is a modular
Building.
set,
Yeah.
it's like initially I think it's like what, 250, somewhere along those
Was that the
lines.
first one they made?
It's one of the earlier ones, I'm pretty sure. It goes for like $1,000, 1,400. Like it's insane how much some sets can appreciate.
here's a fun fact for you. Lego appreciates better than gold.
Really? I wonder how they figure that one out.
I don't know. But I've got a couple of sets that I've kept like in boxes to sell one day, because it's like, but the thing, and I've always kind of been like, oh, Lego's supposed to, you're supposed to build it, and I do buy most of my sets to build it, but sometimes I'll buy like one that I think is going to appreciate. But for me personally, it's such a safe investment, because if
Yeah.
it doesn't appreciate, if it goes like to the dirt in value, I just open it up and build it.
That's a very good point.
It's so safe.
I collect
I
and
love it.
sell Magic: The Gathering, and cards will appreciate and stuff like that, and they'll reprint format staples in different premium sets. So the price will dip for a little bit. But you crack a bunch of packs, you get these really awesome cards, and then as it just creeps up again, you sell them, which can be like reliable and fun. But I don't know. It's very different to Lego. Because
sometimes it's just a false medium, and you're making the excuse for buying the set.
What you're going to remember as well, just to audiences listening who's looking to collect and appreciate value in things, it's only worth something once you sell it. So in the meantime, it is just going to sit there collecting dust, or in your binder, or in your shelf on the bottom under your bed, wherever you keep your Lego. So
And
yeah,
you still got to keep it safe.
that's very true.
Lego is one of those things where like you can drop the box and then you can have to take $50 off the per value if it goes up a lot over time, just for like a tiny dent or something along those lines. Like some AFOLs are insanely particular. It's like, no, the box has to be perfect.
Yeah, right. Like, but
Yeah.
the box is just cardboard.
Yeah.
I guess
But
that's my mindset.
you know what I reckon? I think Lego is more like a long-term investment, whereas Magic is probably more like day trading.
Yeah, it
It's
can be a
just
little
like
bit
you buy
quicker.
and sell, you buy and sell.
It's like I've put a little bit into cryptocurrency, and like today the market went up by 7%. Bitcoin hit an all-time high, and I put this Instagram story out, which was like, "Honey, you like that Chanel bag? Get 4 of them," and stuff like that, and all sorts of stupid crap like that. And then I checked right before we did the podcast, and it went down 10%. The stuff I've got, Cardano, I was like, oh, that looks really embarrassing now. But that's just to myself. I've put it out there, so I guess it's embarrassing, publicly now. But
Sorry.
bless you. Was that a cough or a sneeze?
It was a cough.
People always correct me on that. If I say bless you to a sneeze, it's polite. Like, I'm not trying to be rude.
I was gonna leave it.
What do you mean?
No, I think you're only meant to say bless you for one of them.
For a sneeze.
For a sneeze.
Yeah.
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 I can't tell the difference. I think that's my problem.
I think it's pretty rare to hear a bless you for a cough.
Damn.
I mean,
Nothing wrong with it. I mean, you just
where
be
it
nice.
comes from. If you look at where it comes from, being the Black Plague, if someone was coughing, you'd be saying bless you to them as well.
Yeah, I don't think they were like, hey, I've got the plague. I know I'm dying, but don't say bless you. That was a cough. Like, like 3 of my kids just died. Come on, have some manners.
Bless you.
Come on, man.
All right, guys. Yep.
I was gonna say, I am really surprised at how much Lego you have and how much you like Lego, because I don't think I've ever sold you a Lego set.
I think you're right. It's always your boss or someone else that I bought it from, or I go straight from online. I knew that with Darth Vader up here that it was going to be really difficult to get 3 of them just from a store. But
because I was like, because when I saw all the Lego on your background,
you guys
I was
didn't
like,
have.
I thought you liked Magic, and that was it. I thought that was what you gave into the store.
Don't worry. I bought because like the Overwatch stuff, they don't have that.
Yeah.
You guys didn't get that, and there's a couple of things. But Monkey, I bought the broken box for that one.
Oh yeah, I was thinking about that.
Nice. All right. Well, thanks guys for coming on. What an absolute blast this has been.
Just nerding
awesome.
out.
Well, I've ran out of dot points now, and like, sorry, I planned this. But you guys were great. You had a lot of fun. You guys were right?
It's been awesome. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, no worries. All right. Good night, Australia.